Now I'm in the AMG with the all-black tent. They don't know it's me, but they got a little hint. How you worry about it when you can't pay rent? I've been there. Lago and Bowie, I went there. Off of Mount K, used to live there. Basketball on the tier, used to win there. Up in the cell at 17. Back in jail with no bail at 19. Up the road with the life is at 20. Made my first 100,000 at 23. Now who is he or who is she to speak on my name when you ain't me? Why these talking I'm overseas? Biggie Smalls when I move, it was all a dream.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Raiders and the Lions on Sunday night.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, these Detroit Lions, they won over a lot of people with the way they played under Dan Campbell last year. They started 1-6, found their stride, won 8 of their last 10 games, and nearly got into the playoffs.
And when you think back to how they almost got in, that final Sunday night going to Lambeau Field and beating the Packers, that tells you about the culture that's already been established there. All you need now is to watch this team continue to play. They're going to contend, I believe, in this season.
And then for the Raiders, this is a tough team to figure out. They stumbled home to a 6-11 finish last year. But you say if they want to turn things around, it has to start on the defensive end.
It certainly does. While they've had some dynamic pass rushers along the way, they've needed more, and they've added them now in free agency and the draft, as well as some new faces on the back end to help shut down people throwing the football.
Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He gets this to Devontae Adams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a 1st down.
Garoppolo. And it's complete to Adams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
Here we go. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To throw is Garoppolo. This is caught. Touchdown! Austin Hooper from 6 yards away. And the Raiders put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Austin Hooper touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Khalif Raymond now. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns and led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
The rookie Tyree Wilson, a first-round pick there to bring him down. From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go with a rookie from Alabama. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Great run by Gibbs. He surprised me by being picked so early in the draft. But the Lions knew when they had the chance to have a playmaker like him, they absolutely couldn't pass him up.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. The slot man in motion right. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needed to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, That play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And this one is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. On the return, Carter. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart, because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 23 yards for Josh Jacobs. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards, but he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Back to Montgomery on second down. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Bilal Nichols. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Carter. Able to slither by. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 112 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Garoppolo on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Goff now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. He can't get him down. And he's got room. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Goff throwing again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Goff. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. This 2nd and 4. Now Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 30. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. Here we go. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 136 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Touchdown, Raiders! 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Third and long. It's Goff. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Partner, give that coordinator a raise, because he's been pedal to the metal all game, sending rushers from all angles at the quarterback. And there, within range of a safety, he really made the right call, and it got him to the ground and picked up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded at about the 28.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
Slant to Adams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. Garoppolo now.
Throw caught by Mayer.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Adams.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
That is caught inside the 5.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. To throw is Goff. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10.
Goff now looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. That's to the tight end, Laporta.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Patterson's kick is good.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Automatic 1st down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To throw on second down is gone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Patterson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 171 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Carlson on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, Both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
He's going to let it fly, and that's caught inside the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one, and another first down. From the red zone now, Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing again is Goff. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.